Uh-oh. I think we're live. Oh, been over a year? Oop, sorry about that. Meant to do that. So I can see how delayed I am. Uh, don't really have much planned tonight, guys. I always feel like my mic is so quiet. Let me turn it up for you. Just gonna crank it. Hey, how you doing? Oh, sorry, I might have peeked there. Turn it back down a little. Hey, Mibsters, Mib makers, marble collectors. It's been a while. I don't really recall how I used to intro these things. Uh-oh. Can't show you the full thing, but whoa, we got a little something that we're not going to look through tonight. I'm going to keep it real short tonight. Shortest stream I've ever done, I know that for sure. I can't believe, honestly, that you guys, everyone that's subscribed, thanks. And yeah, it's weird. I don't really have my stream set up right because I'm not seeing it. But I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Let's go back to the little ducky. If you guys follow me on Instagram, this is one of those sulfides made in the 1990s instead of the 1890s. I presume about 1990s. I actually not 100% on who created this marble. I have a strong suspicion that it was a Jim Davis. There's a Marble Mania book that if I had my whole situation set up here better, we could take a look at. But I'm at a new desk. I did not get this planned. But yeah, in that Marble Mania book, there are some very similar sulfides that are attributed to both Jim Davis and Charles Gibbons. Let me grab my book. I unfortunately won't be able to show you guys, but I'll read it out to you. Looking at it earlier today. There it is. Charles Gibson. Yep, Charles Gibson. He made sulfides that were colored like this as well. Around 1997, 1999 is what the book has attributed for the dates that they created those marbles. So I presume this is a Jim Davis around 1999. Yeah, like I said, I mentioned or on my Instagram, I posted a sulfide, and then the description, the caption, I mentioned the colored sulfides, or I don't know if I mentioned they were colored, but the sulfides that were made in the 1990s instead of the 1890s. They don't seem to be super desirable, other than the. I always want to say Jim Davis, but I believe it was Andy Davis um, that created the presidential sulfide set, and it's if you didn't know, they're presidential quarters. He molded them all, pressed his own little clay copies, and I believe there's around 15-ish sets, complete sets, up until Obama. Unfortunately, Andy Davis is no longer with us. But he left a ton of marbles and marble related memorabilia for us to enjoy. So, yeah, I enjoy this marble. I got it from Scott McBride, which again, if you saw my Instagram post from last week, he would very much be a runner-up for MVP of marbles in Kansas City, in my opinion. Bruce, down at Moon Marble Co., he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. But I actually purchased this exact marble from Scott McBride. That's the same Scott McBride, the runner-up, who wrote King of the Rings. Kings of the Rings, sorry, plural. All about the VFW marble tournaments from about 1962 to, I honestly don't recall the date that it ended. But yeah, I got that from Scott McBride. Got to chop it up with him. He told me some stories about interviewing some of those marble champions from the VFW marble tournaments, and it was pretty neat. He got some. He's a big collector of the medals and the trophies and whatnot, and he was able to hunt some of those down in his hunt for stories. So it's pretty neat. Chopping it up with Scott. Fortunately, the KC Marble Club, if you guys remember, if any, I'm sure many. I don't know. Like I said, I've been shocked. You guys hit me over 1,000 subscribers, which is what I needed to roll ads, and now this isn't just a complete waste of time. Like, appreciate it. Got distracted there. I can't believe that you guys continue to subscribe. And if anyone's a fan of my top 10 most expensive marbles videos, I got one cooking for you. It's gonna be coming up soon. I've been purchasing marbles lately. Not really. About two. They'll be coming in about a week or two. Two small ones. They're just things that you wouldn't find elsewhere. Doug marbles. One from Jackson. The other one, I guess, is not Doug. It's a Peltier. But yeah, those will come in a couple weeks or within a week. So got that, and then yeah, let me go back to this. I kind of teased the Clarksburg, West Virginia address. This is a long overdue project. Long overdue. I need to. I feel really bad, but last year, one of you great guys reached out to me, just chopped it up about marbles in the email, and we were talking, and William and or Billy. Seem to be a man of, you go by a few nicknames, but William from Clarksburg, West Virginia, reached out to me, and we chopped it up. And if I remember correctly, his father-in-law, his wife's father, used to work at the Champion factory, and William, he was looking to start a little fun hobby project, entrepreneurship business with his grandson, selling handmade baits and jigs, lures for fishing. And they needed a logo. So he reached out, and I helped him come up with they came up with the logo, and I helped him like digitize it and clean it up. And so as a thank you, William sent me these marbles. I had no expectations. I honestly was just like, hey man, I appreciate the conversation, and my whole point of my project on Instagram specifically is all about just improving my technical abilities, especially related to art and design. So I did that for him, and he did this for me. So I'm going to reach back out to William and let him know that hopefully next week we're going to dig through these three, because I'm going to tell you, these are some Doug marbles. That message there from the Champion factory site. So there's some really cool stuff in here. If I give you another little sneak peek. Yep, that's a marble sack. So there's cool stuff in here. And honestly, I might have mentioned this in like my very last stream last year, but I didn't show it to you guys. So I'm going to reach out to William, and hopefully he wants to watch me. I might do it as a video too, but I think a live stream would be more fun. But but he wants to see me go through them, so he's eager. He like I said, his father-in-law worked at the factory, and while William is pretty knowledgeable on marbles, he never really became like a marble collector or aficionado. So he'll be interested to see what some of these are, as much as I am, and hopefully you guys are too. Andy marked most of the figures with a black dot. Oh. JRA Cat. I appreciate the comment. Let's take a look. A black dot. Now, are you telling me the black dot at the bottom of the leaf? I'm sorry for that peek there. I'm getting a bit close to the mic. But there's the tip of my thumbnail right there. Under his wing, there's a black dot. It's not a black dot underneath. And there's not a black dot on the other side under that wing. And I know this light's not the greatest. Let me see if turning it off helps at all. Not really. You can see there's a black dot, though, underneath that wing. And JRA Cat, let me tell you, if that's the black dot you're referring to, and you put me on some new info related to a marble that I own, oh man. That'd be too funny if it's coincidental as well. But hey, JRA Cat. It's been a year, so I don't have the greatest memory in the world. But don't honestly recognize that name. So if you're new, appreciate you coming by. If you were here last year, appreciate you coming back. Yeah. So hopefully next week, on the bottom of the nose, bottom or the nose on Show Dog. Well, there's no black dot on the nose other than the nostrils, and those are definitely intended. There's no black dot on the bottom, unfortunately. Just a little bunghole. I presume that's where it came off the punty or something related to that. I don't know. But yeah, so next week, hopefully, we get to crack into these. If not, something planned. Maybe. One thing that I want to kind of do is, I know we used to go through like the weekly my favorite marbles. I taught him how to make his molds. No way. That is too cool that you came into my chat. So here's my question to you, if you're knowledgeable. So it was told to me at the marble show that I purchased this, and Scott, he wasn't too unfortunately, Scott couldn't recall who had made this marble. And I was talking with another gentleman, and I unfortunately don't recall his name. And he was talking about, he knows Charles Gibson, and he believes Jim Davis as well, purchased a lot of these figures just from Hallmark stores. Because they were just like pre-made, I presume pre-colored. Didn't ask if they painted them. And they were, I guess, just the right, they're just already clay or porcelain, and they were the right way. So they didn't have to mold them. But I do know Andy Davis molded his sulfides, especially those presidentials. And like I said, the presidential coin set's my favorite sulfides. I mean, antique or not, antique or modern, I love the prince. I love what it signifies. I just love those sets. I love the scarcity of it. It's just so cool. Everything that's cool about marbles is in that set. And so to know, JRA Cat, that you helped Andy learn how to mold the sulfides within that presidential coin set, too cool, man. Too cool. I really appreciate you coming by. That's neat. I don't like to have this camera on, but big old smile on my face. Big old smile. You guys seen, I teased this on Instagram a few weeks ago. You might not be able to see it. I don't know if I should really show it, but The Joe Walsh is Jim Walsh. I'm stuck on Jim Davis. Joe Walsh. I like big. Well, I like big marbles. Oops, I'm moving everything on me which way. Ah! Still figuring out how to do this, but that's the vellum from screen printing it. Just hide that. But what do you say here? He used Wade's from Rose Teas. Wade's from Rose Teas. Leaves from Rose Teas is what I presume that autocorrect buggered. Yeah, leaves from Rose Teas. If you're saying that was like instead of like clay, it was literally just like all of the techniques and methods that happen in hot shops and on like benches at torches, it's crazy. I don't know anything about glass, honestly. No. Use Wade's from Rose Teas. Not following JRA Cat. But yeah, so like I said, like I got completely distracted there. I remember, every week show my favorite posts from Instagram over the past week. However, I haven't, honestly, cross my heart, I haven't been on Instagram for the past year. I have not seen any of what you marvelous marble makers have made. And I could spend hours and hours and hours of my own time when I should be doing other things, mindlessly scrolling by myself, giving myself a hunch neck, ruining my peripheral vision, and decimating my sleep schedule. Or I thought, what if every week, starting next week, because like I said, I'm keeping it short this week, starting next week, I think what I want to do is I'm going to get like a little digital wheel, spin a wheel, and throw a bunch of my personal favorite. And then if you guys want to recommend, we can add some to the wheel. Marble makers on the Instagram or marble collectors, just marble related accounts, and just take a deep dive through one person or one shop or one account every single week, and you just kind of talk about them. I think that would be really cool, and then hopefully get you guys to learn some new makers, some new info. And then you guys suggesting will help me learn some new makers and info. And then we'll just be out there love bombing on Instagram, hitting like, because I want you guys scrolling and hitting like on these too. And yeah, I think that'll be fun. So that's how I'm going to try and catch up to what all of you guys have been doing on the past year. Because quite honestly, I just don't really have the time. And I mean, everyone has time. I just shouldn't take that time. So, got that coming up. Like I said, I'm keeping it short. I have no plan. I honestly don't really know. Wades that come in rose tea little figures. Okay, I'm gonna Google this. Wades that come in rose tea little figures. Red rose tea figurines. Here, I can show you guys this. Oh, it's way too big. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, the music is old-timey copyright free. It's didn't really put much thought or effort into it this week. Just threw it up. The Miles Davis to start it off was nice, and it's getting a bit wonky here. We're gonna skip to the next one. Hey, that's not terrible. But let's see this Red Rose Tea figurines. When Red Rose Tea began to offer Wade figurines. Okay, so you have just been telling me exactly the correct info and the correct words, and I'm just thinking autocorrect because I've never been exposed to this. This is cool. So, promote food and beverage items with free premiums. So these were just little trinkets that came like almost Cracker Jack style. So it's pottery, red rose. These are cool. Good. So, and they still hold up. This began to offer Wade figures in 1967. So they've been making them for this long. Hey, don't no. You don't have to apologize for your spelling. You were telling me about you. It's on my fault for being ignorant. Honestly, like I didn't understand what Red Rose or what Wade figures were. Um, this is really cool, and I'm 100% going to have to share this with more people through like this is too cool to know that that's what he's putting. So they were just like I don't again I don't know glass, so like I'm gonna probably be using the wrong words, but they were like the perfect coefficient to where like they wouldn't crack and they wouldn't cause the glass to crack. That is really neat. Oh. I'm just like honestly kind of I don't know why I'm so stunned by this, but I am, and I find it so cool. I'll bookmark that. Um, well, I guess I have the desktop pulled up here. We can look at our weekly Marvel show discussion, what Marvel shows are coming up, and unfortunately, there's just one left for everyone in the United States for the year. One left. I'm not. Don't be so. I shouldn't be so dramatic. There's more coming next year, but next year or this year, there's only one left. It's going to be in Fort Worth, Texas, at October 31st and November 1st. So if you're in the area and you've never been to a Marvel show, get there. Like honestly, please get there, as you'll have a great time. I 100% promise you. And he just made the molds out of the figures. They were easy to get out molds. Oh, that makes sense. Thank you for the clarification. Um, that makes sense. So you would mold the Rose Tea figurine, and then you would use kaolin clay, right? That's my understanding. Is here? I'm gonna see. Oh, I can't. I'm not signed in here. I don't think it. Kaolin clay. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. And that's my understanding of what like the original sulfides were made with. So that makes more sense. That's still really neat though, and it makes sense like you're saying, easy to get out of the molds because I'm seeing they all have like very smooth edges, and like the glaze. I imagine it's just yeah, like you said, it would come out of a mold easily. Oh no, one second, y'all. I forgot to plug my laptop in. I might have just gone down midstream, and that wouldn't have been fun. Dun, dun, dun. Molds were made from dental silicone. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys, all you glass, it just seems like the glass making, whether it's soft glass or borosilicate, the entire, like, everyone, and I know it's more crafts as well, but you guys are just so resourceful. When I learned, like, what little, like, products for other markets or other uses that you reuse, that's really cool. dental silicone. Well, y'all, just that one marble show left. Really appreciate you, JRA Cat, for sharing that knowledge. Knowledge. You can't do anything without knowledge. Hold on, I should turn on for knowledge. But thanks for that knowledge. If you don't know, it's a Ty Lopez meme. But oh, that's funny. I see a marble that rolled under my desk leg. Do any of you guys do that? Do you have just marbles that you find around your home? If you have like hardwood floors or tile or something, I like drop them and I can't find where it rolls to, and then a day or two later, whoop, there it is. So yeah, appreciate you, JRA Cat. Really do. I like I said, guys, didn't really have any plan at all other than showing you, teasing you with these marbles, and then showing the one marble show. Because I just can't express to you guys enough. If you have never been to a marble show and you are in the Fort Worth, Texas area, and even honestly, guys, I drove to San Antonio. I've never been to San Antonio. I drove to San Antonio last year just to go to a marble show. And it wasn't even the only marble show. I went to half a dozen other ones. I was just, hey, good excuse. Never technically been to Texas. So figured, hey, let's go spend a day in San Antonio. So if you're in Fort Worth or anywhere within 8 hours, make a trip out of it, guys. I promise you won't be disappointed. Marble shows are so unique, so fun. Every booth, everyone's so kind. Everyone's willing to chop it up. You won't find better deals. If any of you guys are only searching for marbles online, if you're only searching for marbles online, get to a show and you're just going to be shocked by the quality that you can get at fair deals. Just deals. I'm not even going to say fair prices. They're deals. I got my first Christensen agate at a marble show. Swirl for $15. Mint. And I know some of you guys were like, yeah, okay, you got your first, that's cool, congratulations. And some of you guys were like, what, you got a Christensen agate swirl for $15? And the guy knew it was a Christian agate? And I'm saying, yes, you got to get the best trade stuff the night before. JRA Cat spitting some truth. Now, I can't say from my own experience that I know that, but everyone at these marble shows tell you the same. I'll tell you right here, let me scroll down, come March, Mid-Mo Marble Show, which is hosted by Levi, who hosts this website. Shout out, Levi. Thank you for what you do. The Mid-Mo Marble Show, your in-room trading is going to start March 6th and 7th when the show doesn't start to 8th. So March 6th and 7th, these are when all your deals. This is when people are hopping room to room. There's no show happening yet. Everyone's just trading, swapping, talking. And I've been told, too, that the nights before the show is a fun time. Everyone just hangs out, tells stories, tells jokes. I'm telling you guys, if you enjoy marbles, get to a marble show. It's a fun, unique experience. So, nothing else. I want to leave y'all with that. Next week I'll have something planned. Like I said, we'll go through someone's Instagram. I'm not too sure. We'll do like a wheel pick to keep it fair, and hopefully we'll look at the Clarksburg marbles from our good friend William right here. And if I have anything else I can think of, I'll bring it up. I do have like just a handful of throughout the past year. I went to I think 2 marble shows, maybe just one. I can't recall exactly, and picked up a handful, maybe less than a dozen total marbles within the past year. But I always like to show you guys. You guys are interested. It helps you guys identify. So, and then when I get that Jackson Doug marble, I'll definitely show you guys to help you identify your Jackson swirls, because those swirls are so hard. That's why I bought it. It was just a few bucks, but comes from a trusted source. And here I am rambling, guys, as you know I do. Just blank screen. I need to figure out. I need to think of something like active to keep on the screen while I chat. But yeah. JRA, again, I can't say thank you enough for stopping by. And now I'm actually starting to remember JRA Cat from a year ago. I bet you if I went through my old streams and looked at the chat from the streams, I would. It's ringing a bell now. Best stuff Trey's night before. The shows that I did was with Andy. Yeah, man. It's I mean, obviously a pretty young guy, and I don't want to get too like. It's weird and it's tough and it's somber being a young guy in what's seemingly an aging hobby. And Andy and Ron Shepard, and I mean, I don't never met these guys, but I know how much they meant to everyone else, and what they did. Like, community wouldn't be where it is for many of those guys putting in the blood, sweat, and tears for many decades. So, if you guys are young like me, get out there, get to a show. I'm gonna keep hammering it in. I just show up. Well, I'm gonna go, guys. I appreciate everyone that is lurking. If there is anyone, I don't know. Everyone that watches afterwards, I admittedly find it crazy bit, but hey, I'm crazy. So, hope you guys have a wonderful week, rest of your week, wonderful weekend, and catch you next time.